بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين محمد عبده ورسوله أما بعد. Hello everyone. Today we'll be talking about a crucial concept in the intercultural management, which is the cultural coexistence. Before starting, we would like to thank Mr. Alwani Saif for giving us such an opportunity to express ourselves in front of the world. We are
BENJBARA Alae.
غربي صلاح الدين.
BOUAZZA Salaheddine.
KARAM Abdelhamid.
KABROUR Mouad.
and me. As you know, culture has a multiple definition, but we choose the most valuable one. Culture can be defined as the total accumulation of beliefs, customs, values, behaviors, institutions, and communication patterns that are shared, learned, and passed down to the generation between a group of people. And now we're gonna move to the key word of our concept, which is the coexistence. Coexistence is a type of society in which diversity is embraced for its positive potential. Equality is actively pursued. Interdependence between different groups is recognized, and use of weapons to address conflicts is increasingly obsolete. With the development of globalization, especially the increase of global trade, it is unavoidable that different cultures will meet conflicts and blend together. People from different cultures find it difficult to communicate not only due to language barriers but also are affected by culture styles. The world is now a colorful landscape of different languages, skin colors, and different cultures. It is important to develop an appreciation for different cultures in order to become well-rounded and appreciate the unique qualities of others. In a sense, each of us is raised in a belief system that where we're less suspected sneaks up from behind and makes us see things in its way. We, like other members of our culture, come to share a common idea of what's appropriate and inappropriate. In most international settings, for that matter, we meet people who were most likely raised with a considerably different set of values from our own. The new culture may take all we have ever learned about what's good and bad, just and unjust, beautiful and ugly, and stand it on its head. Today, there are literally thousands of cultures on the earth contributing to global diversity. One reason for the existence of such various cultures is that there are many ways that people on the earth are culturally different. Specifically, a culture consists of numerous cultural components that vary from one culture to another. The world is becoming more like a village, and its residents we want it to be a place we feel comfortable living in. These are some of the challenges of living in a global village. To meet those challenges, people everywhere need to learn about other cultures. They need to know their neighbors. They need to do more than know about them. They need to know how to get along with them and how to solve problems that inevitably arise. To do this, it's necessary to learn how to communicate across cultures. That means global villagers need to learn to think, feel, and behave in new ways. The reality of the global village challenges all its residents to develop a broader worldview, a more global psychology, and the cultural skills necessary for building relationships and solving problems across cultures. Therefore, people should understand the connotations of cultural coexistence, which absorb cultural fruits of various cultures from different countries and assimilate excellent cultural achievements, and promote the cultural development and civilization of human beings, and further explores how to preserve the cultural heritages and traditions from various cultures and to develop its own cultural advantages in an age of globalization. From the above analysis and discussion, we should have known that cultural coexistence is based on the existence of various cultures in an age of globalization. Every culture has its own cultural influence, and everyone should respect the cultural diversity. The people with different cultures in the world all understand it, and they may conduct an intercultural communication with others from different cultures. It's incredible that every culture should be respected. Respect is just basic for cultural existence. It will build harmonious relationships among people with different cultures. Furthermore, the respect for different cultures is vital to people when they talk with each other, work with each other, even live with each other in the same world. Now, it's necessary for us to discuss how to respect different cultures in an age of globalization.
We should mention or have a little idea about cultural diversity. Well, cultural diversity is a product of the vast range of human experiences and achievements. It's a broad concept based on connections between people through shared history, tradition, and language. Our diversity is also a reflection of our values, such as freedom and of expressions, pluralism of ideas, effective participation of people, and choice. Such as a cultural diversity is one of the pillars of sustainable development. It has an impact on the very identity of people and societies. Democracy as an expression of freedom and public access to creative works, especially those from their country or region. After having now a clear idea about cultural diversity, we can talk and develop the subject of the coexistence in cultural diversity. As far as the cultural being concerned, because of the communication, it's undeniable that people need communication, need expression, and need understanding of each other. So, the diversity of culture is being more and more important. On a large scale, it's obvious that the diversity of culture is different from country. People should have the fundamental knowledge of cultural values, cultural dimension, and something different in social custom. Firstly, cultural value is the core of cultural diversity. Different cultural value clearly reflects social core value of one specific culture. At the same time, the different cultural value is also one of the main difficulties that people from different cultural backgrounds in their intercultural communication. For example, differences between Chinese value and Chinese and Western values are reflected clearly that cultural diversity is an impact of our communication. This is a part of cultural diversity, just in conception of the individualism and collectivism. It's obvious that we can try to balance this phenomenon. Secondly, cultural dimensions deeply influence in different cultures and include power distance, masculinity, femininity, uncertainty avoidance, and so on. As with the uncertainty avoidance, cultures of low uncertainty avoidance have less concern about ambiguity and uncertainty and have more tolerance for a variety of opinions. But in cultures with high uncertainty, avoidance have low tolerance for uncertainty and ambiguity. People may find there is so many different things in the world, in colorful world, never mind they behave. Thirdly, social customs are an important thing about the social life. Different societies have different social customs. Social customs have great impact of our communication. We may take punctuality as an example. Americans tend to place more emphasis on punctuality than people in many other places to do. But in Spain or India, an hour later or even 2 hours later is common. Nobody thinks anything of it. That's deeply gap between Americans and Spanish. Different people in different countries have different culture. We must treat with different ways. As an American, want to meet an Indian in 7 o'clock. He or she may ask this Indian arrived in 5:30 o'clock. In general, cultural diversity may be a problem between countries, but accommodation with each other can boost the cultural integration. So many cultures in one world, so colorful world we live.
When it comes to our example of cultural coexistence, we've chosen Singapore, where culture in Singapore is largely defined by peace, justice, social, and religious harmony. On August 9, 1965, Singapore separated from Malaysia to become an independent and sovereign state. The separation was the result of deep political and economic differences between the ruling parties of Singapore and Malaysia's communists. So without land, without hope, without resources, Lee Kuan Yew was the man who planted the island state of Singapore firmly on the map of the world. He was the first Prime Minister of Singapore, governing 3 decades. Lee is recognized as the nation's founding father. The 4 official languages of Singapore are Mandarin, Malay, Tamil, and English. So English is the most common language used and is the language which unites the different ethnic groups. So children are taught in English at school, but also learn their mother tongue to make sure that they don't lose contact with their traditions and cultures. Well, saying that Singapore is a fine city not only refers to its cleanliness or quality of life. In fact, to ensure safety and order in state, government has prohibited various things. If you don't want to pay a heavy fine or even spend time in jail, you should avoid the fara. Chewing gum, spitting, littering, jaywalking, dancing on counters or tables at a bar, smoking indoors, drinking and driving, public drunkenness.
Is and has always been a true crossroad of ways of life, civilizations, and religions, both geographically and culturally speaking. This has no doubt been instrumental in giving birth and nurturing in this country tradition of tolerance and acceptance of the other in his otherness and difference, be it racial, linguistic, or religious. Throughout the ages, numerous races have come down to Morocco from the various corners of the world and have been absorbed into the mainstream of Moroccan society. Their particular customs, traditions, and beliefs have influenced Moroccan culture, giving it a unique multicultural identity. Morocco is also an open forum for dialogue and exchange between the peoples in the Mediterranean and the Sub-Saharan region. Moroccan culture is also praised for language diversity. Apart from classical Arabic, the language of education, administration, and media, the daily language in Morocco is the Arabic dialect, Tamazight, which is spoken in the Rif, the Atlas, and the Souss, and it varies by region. Most Moroccans speak French, many speak Spanish and English. Our country, Islam is the official religion, but the coexistence with other religions is perfect. A good example of interfaith dialogue in Morocco can be witnessed in several areas like Debdou, Sro, Azro, Meknes, etc. In all these places live large communities of Jews and practice their faith and trades in complete peace and harmony. They were full Moroccans and as such enjoyed the full rights and obligations of their Muslim brethren. More than that, all the sultans of Morocco throughout history have extended gracefully their royal protection to the Jews and their quarters known as Millah, who are situated next to the royal place to give this protection its true meaning and substance. The present king, Mohammed VI, is no different from his predecessors. He is a man of dialogue and coexistence, and today Morocco is a haven of peace and coexistence between all religions and cultures.
There is new possibilities created by connections. Here are 10 ways I see us transforming as a culture, based on the possibilities now afforded to us by connections and technology. The first one is challenging as well. Before we could reach out to anyone on the planet, did we ever see anything as amazing? As the projects and successes associated with collective effort never seen before in the world, we are building things, creating things and connecting with each other, self-organizing around important issues, and yes, changing the world little by little. We have changed by exposure to diversity, to pay attention to the small details of people's lives, the lights over their family photos, and share at the level of family with a whole bunch of people. We are supported when we need to be. We talk about issues and our connection and being exposed to both comfortable and diverse perspectives. We support people and things we like on websites like Facebook. You can find everything from makeup tips to channeled messages on YouTube, and all kinds of tutorials explaining different matters. We share our knowledge, wisdom, and experiences. The website Quora is a place where you can ask any question in the world and expect a reasonable answer. The next level of impact on culture is creativity and inspiration is unleashed. We share our creative ideas and inspirations. Pinterest, for example, has redefined the digital portfolio, also increased appreciations of the unique and handmade. The website Etsy has enabled many of domestic entrepreneur, and infuse our culture with an amazing richness of creativity. The possibility social media has given us is exposing to us. For example, we still have Twitter waiting for a cause or idea to support. Retweets are our weapon in an effort to expose information and transform thinking. It's an incredibly powerful tool as its signal cannot be easily stopped, following censorship laws of not. More importantly, here is how the internet has changed us. We have been given the power to reach anyone, tools to do it, and reasons to think we might affect change with a vote, email, or blog post.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستغفره ونستعينه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدث بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. فالحمد لله القائل: ولو شاء ربك لجعل الناس أمة واحدة ولا يزالون مختلفين إلا من رحم ربك ولذلك خلقهم وتمت كلمة ربك لأملأن جهنم من الجنة والناس أجمعين. لكل والقائل قائل في كتابه عز وجل: لكل جعلنا منكم شرعة ومنهاجا ولو شاء الله لجعلكم أمة واحدة ولكن ليبلوكم في ما آتاكم. وقد جاء في السنة النبوية في حديث النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: إن بني إسرائيل افترقت إلى 71 فرقة وافترقت النصارى إلى 72 فرقة وتفرق هذه الأمة إلى 73 فرقة كلها في النار إلا واحدة. قيل من هي؟ قال صلى الله عليه وسلم: من كان على مثل من أنا عليه وأصحابي. فإن ظاهرة التعدد الثقافي من السنن الإلهية في الكون، وهي من أبرز المظاهر على إنسانية الإسلام، حيث إن تنوع الثقافات واختلاف اللغات وتباين الأفكار أمر يقره الشرع، فلا تفاضل بين الناس في أجناسهم وألوانهم وأصولهم وأممهم وشعوبهم إلا في التقوى. قال تعالى: ومن آياته خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف ألسنتكم وألوانكم إن في ذلك لآيات للعالمين. وهذه الرؤية العقدية هي من صنع رب العالمين الذي خلق الإنسان ويعلم حقيقته وحاجاته إلى الالتقاء والتحاور والتجانس. قال تعالى في كتابه: يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير. وليست ردة فعل لأحداث أو ثورات سياسية ولا استجابة لضغوطات من القوى الاستعمارية. وبالرغم من وحدة دعوة الأنبياء إلى توحيد الله، إلا أن الله راعى الفروقات بين الأمم والشعوب، وكان لكل أمة شريعتها ومنهجها الخاصان. فأبناء آدم متعددون في تكويناتهم النفسية والفكرية والمادية، وكذلك المجتمعات كلها لديها تفصيلاتها الفكرية والجماعية والفردية والجغرافية والسياسية. جاء النبي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم برسالته الخالدة ودعا إلى التعايش مع أصحاب الثقافات والشرائع المتعددة. وتاريخ المسلمين والعرب تاريخ حافل بنماذج برز فيها التعدد والتعايش الثقافيين بين البشر، وهذا يستلزم ضرورة الاعتراف بأن الآخرين موجودون بحيث يتم الاطلاع على الثقافات الغير والإقرار بحقوقهم المشروعة دون المداهنة أو التسليم بصحة دينهم. والأمر في هذه القضية كان محل اهتمام الإسلام والمسلمين عبر العصور، لكن حرية التعايش الثقافية ليست مطلقة، فالحرية المطلقة مفسدة مطلقة. لهذا وضعت الضوابط والمعايير التي تدعو إلى أخذ ما ينسجم مع تعاليم الإسلام مع رد ما يتعارض مع الدين ورفض المعتقدات الباطلة وإجراء التعديلات اللازمة لوسائل المدنية. وما مبدأ التسامح الديني مع أهل الكتاب وغيرهم في تاريخ المسلمين الممتد إلى نموذج لأصالة التعايش السلمية التي يعرف فيها المواطن ما له وما عليه دون تسفيه أو طعن أو تجريح لعقائد الآخرين، بل حوار بالتي هي أحسن ودعوة إلى سبيل الله. النماذج الإسلامية للتعايش مع غير المسلمين في تاريخ الإسلام كثيرة جدا، سأذكر بعضها لبيان سماحة أهل الإسلام. رغم ذلك تكثر أيضا النماذج والصور غير المتسامحة عند من يتصدقون بالتعايش ولا يعرفون منه إلا الاسم. مثلا مع اليهود، فبعد إقامة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم الدولة وضع دستور المدينة الصحيفة ليحدد حدود الدولة ومكونات رعيتها الأمة والحقوق والواجبات لوحدات الرعية بمن فيهم العرب وحلفائهم العبرانيون، وليبين كذلك المرجعية الحاكمة للدولة ورعيتها. أيضا مع النصارى وضع النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وثيقة ثانية لنصارى النجران عهدا لهم ولكل المتدينين بالنصرانية عبر المكان والزمان، وذلك عند أول علاقة بين الدولة الإسلامية وبين المتدينين بالنصرانية. وفي هذا العهد الدستوري كتب رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لنجران وحاشيتها وسائر من ينتحل دين النصرانية في أقطار الأرض جوار الله وذمة محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم على أموالهم وأنفسهم وملتهم وغائبهم وشاهدهم وعشيرتهم وبيعهم وكل ما تحت أيديهم من قليل أو كثير. كثيرا مع أهل الديانات الوضعية تمت معاملتهم ومعاملة أهل الكتاب، فقد بدأ تطبيق دولة الخلافة الراشدة لهذه السنة عندما دخل المتدينون بالمجوسية في إطار الرعية الواحدة لدولة الخلافة الراشدة على عهد الراشد الثاني عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه، حيث عرض عمر هذا الواقع الجديد على مجلس الشورى أو ما يسمى بمجلس السبعين، وسأل كيف أصنع بالمجوس؟ فوثب عبد الرحمن بن عوف رضي الله عنه فقال: أشهد على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أنه قال: سنوا فيهم سنة أهل الكتاب. كما أحب أن أذكر أخيرا نموذجا من الماضي ظهرت فيه أصالة التعايش عند المسلمين، كما ظهر فيه الحقد الدفين عند الصليبيين، وهذا النموذج هو نموذج بلاد الأندلس، حيث فتح المسلمون سنة 73 هجرية وسقطت سنة 898 هجرية، بمعنى أن المسلمين حكموا فيها أكثر من 8 قرون ساد فيها العدل والتسامح الديني مع أصحاب الثقافات الأخرى والديانات السماوية ولا سيما اليهود. وفي الختام فإني أحمد الله على أن من علي بإتمام هذا الحوار، سائلا المولى عز وجل أن أكون قد أحطت به الإحاطة المقصودة، وأعتذر مما زل به القلم أو شذ به الفكر، فما كان فيه من خير فمن الله وتوفيقه، وما كان فيه غير ذلك فمن نفسي والشيطان. ولعل مبدأ التعايش الثقافي اليوم يكون خطوة أولى في طريق شاق وطويل تقطعه الأقدام الساعية لتحرير البلاد الإسلامية والعربية من بعض رياح التعصب التي لا يدعمها التراث الفكري الإسلامي ولا يؤيدها التاريخ الأصيل ولا يساندها البعد الإنساني الفطري القوي. وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد.